One team. One goal. One community.
Nearly 20% of undergraduate students at Jacksonville University are a part of a Division I athletic program.
Thomas Owen is a senior on the men's basketball team. He has been here since 2018, experiencing the transition of a new coach.
When Coach Mincy came in, he preached true to the community. That's kind of our big thing, is true. Be true to yourself, be true to the community. So it's really, be there for each other. Everybody have each other's backs. He's instilled a positive, culture that helps with everything. The other big thing that he preaches is be a man. So he wants us to, in every aspect of our life, be a man on the court, off the court.
Gabby Hurd is a Jacksonville University women's rowing alum and founder of the Board of Diversity Awareness.
When I first came in, what attracted me about the team was kind of like the fun, goofy, lightheartedness of the team. We as a team became closer and wanted this bond of winning a MAC championship. Everybody was very hardworking and pushing each other to be better versions of ourselves. It was just like a team culture of encouragement for the most part.
Dee Brown is a Jacksonville University men's basketball alum that went on to play professional basketball. He's now come full circle back to JU as the Executive Director of University and Athletics Relations.
Dee Brown we're lucky to have him. He's a professional. He's played at the professional level. He played, and then he was a GM at the professional level. He's also a local guy, so he went to Bowles High School. So having him not only around us, but around the athletic department, and kind of his role is big on enhancing we talk about culture. He's enhancing the culture of the entire athletic department.
Growing up here, going to high school here, people watching me grow up as a basketball player and as a man, it was just a great experience just to be here. And now to come back and just see all the different things going on in different areas where you grew up in, or the school that you went to in high school, I couldn't change it for the world. We had some really good years. My freshman year was really good. We're a really good basketball team. I had a lot of good seniors. And there was times where our culture was really not great. We had guys who really didn't love basketball as much as I love basketball. So of course you had a little conflict, as athletes do, because you wanted to win. But I had a great coach, Rich Haddad, who was the head coach when I was here, and he was great for me. Definitely guided me to make sure that I kept understanding that academics was number one, and basketball was a close second. But the culture was, what it is in sports. You have players who love to play, you have players who don't buy into what the coach wants. We played for each other, we played hard, we played for the university, and we want to represent it in a great way.
Hurd, growing up around predominantly white crowds, has experienced the feeling of being a minority.
I had grown up in predominantly white environments anyway. I was from Windermere, Florida. I went to a private school for a lot of my life. I had pretty much been used to being a minority on the team, so I wasn't going in with expectations. So I would say I had a better experience than I think some other people of color may have experienced. I was never, purposefully excluded, but I definitely had times of loneliness or times where I felt, I didn't really have shared experiences with other people. So you are kind of in a league of your own, but what made it okay was knowing that rowing is such a tight-knit community.
Brown has also experienced his own sense of racial injustice that he continues to carry around with him as he continues to help the JU community.
I got, falsely accused of being a bank robber and thrown to the ground and guns at my head. This happened when I was in Boston when I first got drafted, and it's very scary, and it humbles you to the point where you don't understand why people will judge you by the color of your skin. But the biggest thing and the best thing that came out of that was the conversation, the education of why this happened. How can we stop this from happening? How can we educate not just people that look like us, but people who have different beliefs? Why we, our race or my gender or whatever shouldn't be something that you judge. Everybody has an opinion, but let's educate you and let's figure out deeply why you feel that way and see if we can either change the narrative or get you more understanding of why things like that happen.
Summer 2020, there was a lot of racial injustice coming to light, and there was a lot of conversations amongst athletes and like what to do. Being an athlete myself in like a small community like JU, I feel like we could do something to educate other people and to promote this inclusivity and like let people know what's going on, what we're thinking. BDA is the Board of Diversity Awareness. It serves through SAC and its mission is to educate, amplify the voices of athletes of colors and spread awareness of inclusivity.
The Board of Diversity Awareness is just to educate everyone, not just the student athletes, but also students, coaches, staff on how important diversity and inclusion is. Diversity and inclusion, they're not synonymous. It's two different things. The best example I can use is diversity is getting invited to a dance. Inclusion is getting invited to dance, on the dance floor. And if you think of it that way, yeah, we're all at the dance, but if we're standing on the wall looking at each other, we're not being included. So inclusion, hey, you want to dance? Hey, you want to, talk? So that's what inclusion is. And my role is just to be an advocate for our student athletes who are on the board, to be a liaison to our senior leadership in the athletics department. So just my background, things I've been through, things I might have seen, growing up in Jacksonville, growing up as a professional athlete, I try to give my knowledge and some of my expertise on that, but just be a sounding board and give some guidance to our board.
My teammates know I love them. Seeing a bunch of people, a bunch of different people from different backgrounds that, I'm not really from, we've got people from everywhere. So kind of getting to know them, getting to know their stories, it's been awesome. It teaches me a lot. We all look at each other as a brotherhood. So there's no real looking looking down, any of that. It's just, well, we're all a team, we're a family. That's kind of the biggest thing is, you treat everybody how you want to be treated.
I'm hoping that BDA can educate others in a way that makes people want to be involved, and I'm hoping that we work with other organizations on campus that have the same or like-minded missions, and I really ultimately want BDA to be something that like anybody can join, anybody can ask questions about.
I'm here to listen, I'm here to learn, I'm here to advocate and try to do as much as I can with the quote-unquote celebrity status I have, which is not a lot, but enough where people will listen and I can, get an audience where we can gather and figure out how to make not just the city of Jacksonville better, but every community around the city of Jacksonville better. And that's what I want to do for a lot of the students who are not from Jacksonville. This is your community. You go to school here, you do things here, you venture out off campus. You want to make sure that you feel good about the community you go to school in.
The 4 pillars of BDA are to serve, transform, educate, and promote. I think I'm always reminded to just be grateful for what I have and to be an advocate for people who might not have what I have, and to continue to kind of educate others. Education is a huge part of my life, so I really hope that people kind of take it the right way and are able to ask questions, research, do what they need to do to make our campus even better.
I never hope it changes at all at Jacksonville University, where you have that family closeness with everybody, where everybody knows each other. Athletics has always been a thing that brings people together. It's never, in me, this is just my experience, it's, people take a lot of their differences out when you're talking about sports teams. People have their favorite sports teams, their favorite athletes, and sports has always been a common denominator of bringing people together. When I do speaking engagements to young kids and coaches, I say, hey, one thing I know about sports, it's usually colorblind and gender-free. What sports does, it takes all that white noise away for a little bit, where you can enjoy your family and somebody that you're rooting for and hope that they win and hope they compete and they play it at a high level and they play it the right way. Hopefully we can keep building that type of culture here at Jacksonville University, understanding that we're here as student athletes to help bring people together, not separate. We're not trying to be separators here, we're trying to be connectors. I'm
trying to get into coaching, so this is something that I'm going to be around. Changing lives is what I'm going to try to do. Changing lives for the better and helping people become, men is my ultimate goal.
That's what JU Athletics can do for the community of Jacksonville. Bring sports into a place where people can enjoy, relax, fellowship, talk, get excited about a common goal.
That's primarily why I started BDA. I just felt like it was a conversation that had to be had. and a way to get student athletes more involved on campus as a whole.